Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show, also known as TOCNS. The show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off the wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see anymore from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss, for the most part. For links to those articles, music done by Carrera, that guy there, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am AO Xander, and I am joined by.
The Slayer.
Carrera.
And today is Woden's Day, also known as Odin's Day, also known as Wednesday, October 19th, 2022. I'm going to start us off here in the news. Let's see here. It's going to be a little difficult to read for those watching the stream on Discord itself. Freedom Convoy organizer Tom Marazzo discusses Mayor Watson's shocking testimony in Ottawa. Let's see here. It says here on yesterday's live stream, Sheila Gunn Reid was joined by Freedom Convoy organizer Tom Marazzo to discuss the ongoing Public Order Emergency Commission looking into the justification behind the federal government's invocation of the Emergencies Act. So this is, of course, referring to the truckers in Canada and all the stuff that's been going on around that. It's still going. It says here, speaking about Mayor Jim Watson's characterization of the convoy and its supporters, Mr. Marazzo said, quote, there are too many false accusations that he has recounted that even the mainstream media themselves have retracted, and to sit here and listen to him recite these things as if they were fact when they were pure fiction, all hearsay and just garbage that he was getting out of the media, it was beyond sickening, end quote. He went on to say, here's quote, here's the most bizarre thing that I personally heard him say this morning. At about the time when the convoy raised about $3 million in the first GoFundMe campaign, he handmade the statement 17 minutes in that Canadians came to Ottawa so that they could get a piece of that money. That's why they came here. That's why they were motivated to come to Ottawa to get a piece of that money, end quote.
My
So,
God.
yeah. And then that bleeds into this. Another article here. A stunning Freedom Convoy revelation for Ottawa's mayor, Andrew Lawton, joins Ezra Levant. Um, it says here, Ottawa Mayor Jim Watson has been the target from both sides of the debate regarding the Freedom Convoy. Some criticize the mayor for not doing enough to address the protest, others for his labeling it as an insurrection. Whichever perspective Watson is viewed from, he made a stunning revelation during his testimony at the Public Order Emergency Commission. Watson said the city of Ottawa didn't ask Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to invoke the Emergencies Act, nor was the city consulted on Trudeau's decision. Um, so this leaves a lot up to debate, but
Uh,
he's hated on both sides, it sounds like.
we actually all, including Canadians, have a very big problem with Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you get down to mayorship. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's some, like, wow.
Well, we have a third one here because, like, the first three are all involving the same topic here. We have convoy lawyer Keith Wilson reflects on Mayor Jim Walton's testimony by saying he used every opportunity to say bad things about the protesters. That was a quote. Um, Quote, well, it was pretty clear that he was using every opportunity he could say to say bad things about the protesters, end quote, said Wilson's statements during the short interview with Rebel News, referring to the launch of the Public Order Emergency Commission, which is investigating the federal government's use of the Emergencies Act. Okay, so that's what that is. Uh, so it's essentially
And
like, yeah, go ahead.
and people have to realize that um Canada and the United States of America have the same functionality when it comes to the First Amendment.
Not necessarily, because Canada, they are technically independent, but they still answer to the British Crown, and they have a different constitution. So not necessarily the stuff in the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights, and all of the what's it called, amendments and all that stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
Canada might have a lot of things similar or exact, but it's not the same. It's a different country entirely. So I don't know anything about Canada's politics or anything. If Grim ever decides to join, during our shows, she can talk about Canada. She's up in there. So we have a couple other Canadians in the server as well. I'm not entirely sure who, but yeah, no, this trucker thing has just really gone crazy, and I wonder, like, the one that went to, because I remember there was one out here in the States. It started off in some city out here in the desert areas of California, and then they convoyed all the way to Washington, D.C., did a whole shutdown on the freeway ring around the actual city, but I haven't heard
They
anything really about that either.
yeah, they went through Texas as well.
Yeah.
So I'm from Texas. He's from Cali. I'm not sure where you're from.
Rhombusser is somewhere on the East Coast.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Anyway, let's move on up here. Some more from Rebel News. Quote, 14-year-olds can fire AK-47s at them, end quote. Musician Matthew Good jokes unvaccinated should be flown to the Congo. Wow.
What?
Yeah, let me see here. In a video posted to Facebook, the performer, who appears to be Matthew Good, pontificates about people, quote, protesting in front of hospital bays, end quote, before stating, quote, I guess what I'm saying is that I'd like to put those people on a plane and fly them to the Congo, and then they can get off and, like, 14-year-olds can fire AK-47s at them. Then they will know what it's like to live in real tyranny, end quote. Wow. That is so ignorant and befuddlingly stupid. Like,
this is why I asked you yesterday, is this legitimate news?
well, I haven't really done a lot of, like, back references and all that stuff, but there's been several articles, like the one we reported on Monday, the COVID-19 thing, strain in Boston. In one of the Boston universities, they created a strain of COVID-19 with an 80% lethality rate in mice. So that means,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I
Why are we making this? Why? Like, what's the point?
Why
Like,
they're
seriously, what's the point?
it's very scary and very detailed.
Yeah, and it's obviously, for a bioweapon, and as
China.
yeah,
They're trying to copy China.
yeah. Well, not just that, but like as Salty Cracker pointed out, and I believe him, because they got all of their biolabs in Ukraine shut down, so now they're doing the research here on states. So, but
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So
Shouldn't
be
me
making bioweapons. That's
me
just terrible.
me and you have two different opinions about Ukraine, but either way,
I,
Russia is scary.
oh yeah, no, I don't really have a solidified opinion on Ukraine because yeah, on one hand it sucks that they're getting invaded, but at the same time, like there is a lot of, U.S. political things happening in there. Like, John Kerry was like some kind of had something to do with over there. We did some shadow government crap that got their current president in there. Before him, it was more of a communist and Soviet Russia leading, leader of the nation of Ukraine before we got in there. So, like, we're meddling with other countries' affairs. We should butt out. Like it's not our place. If it's not the United
Yeah,
States, it's not our business. Simple as that. So,
Yeah, that's
for
for sure.
sure, for absolute sure.
so, and Putin, has been talking about wanting to be the new czar, and he's straight up said he wants to recreate the Soviet Union. So both sides are bad. There is no good side, bad. Well, there's bad sides. There is no good in either of this. So, like,
I'm not even sure if there's a good side or bad side of the U.S. government.
well, there's definitely more bad sides than good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
But let's move on up here. More from Rebel News. If Ramasur would like to read this, the topic of this article.
Alrighty. Bank app tracks how many trees you've destroyed with your carbon footprint. The Commonwealth Bank has begun advising customers how much damage they have done to the environment with their carbon footprint based on monthly spending. Customers are now shown on their banking app how many trees have been destroyed as a result of their consumerism. And they are offered the chance to pay a fee to offset the destruction they have caused.
Wow.
The information is being provided to customers in a bid to push them toward more sustainable purchases. The Combank Group executive Angus Sullivan said the service would eventually advise customers about the carbon footprint for every transaction they made.
That's good.
That's-
Wow. Like
Now,
that's
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not for or against any of this, but I can say that Pornhub has
Oh,
planted has actually planted a tree for big dick porn.
yeah. Didn't they do like for every like million videos watched, they planted a tree or something like that? Like
It was yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was big dick
energy.
porn.
Yeah. So essentially,
So
like, you know, like they did that, and then within 3 months, we lost any more land to build trees upon. Everything is just trees.
That's some funny shit though.
But yeah, no, this is interesting. Like, you know, I'm not against this really. I mean, that would be intriguing. You know, I don't use any bank apps. You know, I'm old school. I just go to the bank in person. You know, but like that'd be interesting. Like you just say, oh, hey, cool. Like my purchase has killed 70 trees. Like that sucks. Whatever, and then just go on about my day. Because really, what am I gonna do? Like, yeah, they can be like, oh, hey, you can pay like a fee to offset. How is paying money going to offset anything unless it's going to plant trees? You know. So,
Highlight that second one.
this which one?
That one. Customers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can read it. My name is Carrera, and right now I'm drunk, so I'm trying to read.
All right. Well, we're actually gonna head on up here in right now. As I said, the link is in the TOCNS channel on the Discord server. So it's all the way down on the left. Anyway,
As always.
we're gonna move on up here. More from Rebel News. Pennsylvania middle school instructs teachers to keep children's gender identity a secret from parents. Wow. Wow. See,
Tim Hurst.
a Pennsylvania middle school has informed its teachers that they are required to use students' preferred names and chosen pronouns without informing the students' parents. The policy effectively requires teachers to encourage gender transitions for minors who are aged between 9 to 12. According to internal emails provided to the Daily Caller, which broke the story, the principal of Southern Lehigh School District's intermediate school sent a memo to the entire staff on October 7th of 2021, informing teachers that they are required to use the name and pronouns chosen by any students. The email provided explicit instructions to educators to keep the information a secret from a student's parents against about their child's gender identity. And yeah, there's more to read here. If anybody's interested, you know, the link is in the underbar. But this is awful. This is just downright awful. Like,
Can I literally take my 45 and
let's not talk that way on the show, live on air, please. I understand tensions are high, but there's alternatives to deal with the situation before resorting to that. So. Even though, to some degree, I agree with you. Anyway, let's move on up. Oh, actually, I see Ramasur is back. Do you have any comments about that last story?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like,
yeah.
it shouldn't be until you are 17 before you even get a choice to identify as whatever you please. Even then, it's still questionable.
Dude, why is it
I,
such an
Like,
important thing in society anyway?
like
Like,
it's
why have we
that's like
gotten like? It's maddening. Like,
it's like we got better things to worry. Like, we have way more important things to worry about. Like, we got to worry about inflation, gas prices, everything
Taiwan,
involving money. Even
China.
even Taiwan.
I actually agree with him. Like, at a certain age, yes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but
Well,
they're
I
like
mean, none of this should
forcing
even
it on
be a
5-year-olds.
thing. Like, see, this shouldn't even be a thing to begin with. Like, the whole idea about it shouldn't have to be worried about 17. Like, why are we even why are we even entertaining that? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, who cares
Like,
what your
even
gender identity
older.
was, what you do in the bedroom? Nobody cares. You know,
Nobody cares what you are. It's like
actually, to be honest, yes. Whatever you do as an adult in the bedroom is your business.
Yeah, you shouldn't be making it public like everybody else does.
Yeah, I'm kind of for that, but at the same time, hey, you know what? If you want to like go ahead, make it when you're an adult.
I mean, there's a lot of things about me in that, in that vein of discussion that would make people's heads spin. It's like, you're one of those, really? It's like, yeah, because that's not my identity. That's one of my preferences. I am who I am based off of other factors, like my enjoyment of history, my appreciation of current events and news. Keep updated. Like my friends, my families, you guys, you are my identity. Like not what I do in bed. Like it's just nuts. Anyway, let's stop rambling here. Let's move on forward here to Oddity Central.
Already.
Coco de Mer, the palm tree that produces the world's largest plant seed. It says the tropical islands
What the fuck?
Yeah. The tropical islands of the Seychelles archipelago are home to a legendary palm tree that produces the world's largest plant seed, a suggestively shaped thing that can weigh up to 20 kilograms. And Ramos, if you want to read, here you go.
Alrighty.
I'm not reading shit.
Yeah.
Lodoicea maldivica is also known as the double coconut or coco de mer, is a remarkable species of palm tree that grows between 25 and 34 meters tall and yields giant seeds that measure up to a foot long, nearly 3 feet in circumference, and have a weight of over 40 pounds. Because of their suggestive shape, they look like a pair of female buttocks. They inspired a number of legends that were highly sought after by both monarchs and other people of influence throughout the years. Even today, their rarity makes Coco de Mer seeds highly sought after by collectors.
And this is what it looks like.
It looks like a
ball sacks.
No.
Baby.
It looks like a pair of legs.
Looks like a booty butt. So it looks like the back end of Mrs. Incredible.
Yeah, it's not near as good, though.
Yeah.
We all have differences,
Yeah.
but for me, that's some ball sacks.
That is a big seed, though. That's a seed, guys. That's a
It's
seed.
huge.
Fuck.
That's
you could work out with that
big
thing.
as shit.
Or you could use that for curls.
Dude, you can. Like with that little pit in the middle, you get 2 of them. That
Yeah,
way,
grab
you
into
just
it.
now you have 80 pounds. Put them on a bar. Like, there you go.
Could do all kinds. Well, you don't even know how many things you could do with that thing. Like, you could be a tree. You could make it. Yeah, you could use it for lifting.
Yeah.
It's
Stop.
got its uses.
Yeah.
Stop saying what I can do with that thing, because
We
that.
all know what we can do with that thing.
Oh yeah, we know. Oh yeah, we
know.
know exactly what we can do.
Yeah. All right, you boys
Anywho.
with your filthy minds. More from Oddity
Yeah.
Central. No one does giant float festivals quite like Japan. Float festivals take
New
Oh,
York.
Float festivals take place all around the world, but you'll have a hard time finding intricate illuminated works of art quite like the ones paraded in Japan. When it comes to
oh, show
Japan's a
'em.
cool
yeah,
place.
we'll show them after
Show
we
'em.
read here. When it comes to designing and creating colorful, eye-catching floats that illuminate the night sky, no one does it better than the Japanese. The sheer size of these mesmerizing floats are impressive enough, but most times they also feature intricate designs inspired by Japanese history, mythology, and culture. Um, Actually, I think I should give some reading time to Rhombus here.
All right, what? Oh, so I'm reading. Okay, I'm reading
From
the second half.
record.
Yeah, he highlighted.
From the record-setting giant floats, on the records from the record-setting giant floats of Tenku no Fuyajo. I don't know. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. If I botched it, I apologize. Festival in the city of Noshiro to the impressive works paraded during the world-famous Tachin Puta
Puta.
Festival. Tachina Puta
Touching a Puta.
I
Festival in
really don't want to laugh right now.
the festival of Goshokawara. There are plenty of reasons why Japan is probably the best place to visit for giant illuminated floats.
Now look
It's also
at this.
really good for visiting other places.
I have to increase the size of my my thing just to show you the size. Look at this. Look at that. It's huge.
It's huge.
It is
Dude, there's so many things to do in Japan, though. It's unreal what you can do there.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Like, you could literally spend an entire
It's
month
the-
in Tokyo, do
it's-
what you think
it's
is
the
everything. What's that?
It's the greatest.
It's the
it's
greatest
the
float
best.
of all time. Quite
It
possibly
is-
the best float
It is
ever.
weird.
I
It is a
guarantee it.
massive float.
Yeah.
Imagine if it hits the power line. Oh god.
It explodes. It's all that
Oops.
paper mache shit too. So it's a,
Oh, it's just gonna burst open the flames.
To be honest, they don't do all that all the time. They usually do the small balloons type
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And those are beautiful.
yeah, isn't that China though? Those are Chinese lanterns. Although I guess Japan has their own. I think it's more of a Asian.
No, it's Japanese.
Ah,
Dude, I swear.
And they're very beautiful. And even that was beautiful.
yeah. Well, let's move
But-
on up here. Some more from Oddity Central. The Indian village where monkeys own 32 acres of land.
Damn.
I'll just Rhombus. Why don't you take this? I've been doing a lot
Alrighty.
of reading.
The people of Upla, a small village in India's Maharashtra, Maharashtra.
Maharashtra.
I don't know if that was a question mark at the end.
Allegedly hold the local monkey population in such high regard that they have had land registered in the animal's name.
Wow.
Monkey! Farmland is very precious in India, a country where land disputes between humans are fairly common. That only makes the situation in Upla, a village of 1,600 people and around 100 rhesus macaques.
Reese's Pieces?
That much more intriguing. Indians have always held the monkeys in high regard, feeding them and including them in various rituals. But the people of Upla have gone beyond that, registering 32 acres of land in the monkey's name, a fact acknowledged by the village head.
Shock the monkey!
So I'm gonna say the village name Hoopla reminds me of that scene from SpongeBob, the guy just like yelling Hoopla, and he takes a brick to the head.
Upla.
But then,
Hoopla.
what else here? Reese's macaques, like Reese's Pieces. You only get Reese's Pieces after one of the monkeys encounter a landmine.
Reese's
Um,
macaques.
Reese's
Wait, they have
Macaques.
cocks?
Reese's.
Wait,
Oh no.
Reese's. Reese's have macaques? What?
I'm not gonna explain what just went
That's
through
where
my
they
brain.
went. I know exactly what you're thinking too.
I'm just gonna DM it to you. Actually, hold on a second.
Yeah, very very funny shaped Reese's.
We had a really funny show this day, and I will say this is one of the funniest.
Did you read what I wrote?
Yeah.
That's what you're Reesifying, you know.
Oh no.
You got chocolate and peanut butter on my on the monkey, on the macaque. So
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't even
That came out
look,
wrong.
dude.
That
But
came
yeah,
out very
no,
wrong.
yeah, let's get back on track. Let's not turn this into a trash show. But yeah, no, that's really interesting. They they have land disputes and they still, give monkeys land and whatnot. That's really cool. The Indians really do know how to treat animals and whatnot. Although in my opinion, they overly treat the cows. But
And when we say Indians, we're actually talking about a nationality in India.
yeah, the actual Indians. Like, if we were talking about Native Americans, we would say Native Americans. So
People are stupid though, so just
yeah,
Just like the
Makes-
British. They still call us Indians for some ungodly known reason. They call the Native Americans Indians.
yeah, I'm Native American, not
Yeah.
Indian.
And I tried explaining that to them. They were like, "Oh no, it's
Yeah.
still the same thing."
or like as Lois did from Family Guy. What Indian are you? Are you the this kind or the this kind?
Oh,
It's like-
Anyway, let's move on up here.
hello.
Hello, welcome, Snake in a Shotgun. That's not something I would like to find in a shotgun. Unless it's just coming out of the tube after I fire it, like that one tree that got chopped down. Anyway, from the Mirror, OnlyFans model accused of murdering boyfriend said, "One of us is going to end up dead." That was one of her quotes. So,
Oh my god, seriously?
it says here, chilling audio features an OnlyFans model who was on trial for murdering her partner, saying, quote, "One of us is going to end up dead," end quote, and, quote, "I fully believe I am capable of killing him," end quote. Self-confessed fake Barbie Abigail White at the age of 24, who earned up to £50,000 as a pioneer on the adult website, had murderous intent when she plunged a knife into the heart of her victim, Bradley Lewis, at the age of 22, a court heard. So she straight up murdered her boyfriend for I don't know what reason, but
I bet
there's...
it's either that guy literally let her do that, because if he would have put up a fight, she wouldn't have even gotten a swing in, because she'd probably get knocked the fuck out. Or he was sleeping.
Yeah, most likely he was sleeping. So
Yeah, because ain't no way a woman's gonna fucking kill a male straight up.
well,
unless
unless
they
she stuck
allow
up behind them or like they were fighting and
It's-
she like closed the gap. Like
She'd have to get really lucky.
expert, but
Yeah, like
Physical strength wise, they don't. It's just the gap isn't even close.
for the most
like
part, yes.
Xander said, if you get the gap, you can do it.
If you close the gap quick enough, it doesn't matter how strong your opponent is.
Yeah,
So that's the thing.
just gotta.
And then we got this metal song that I love. It's like, oh, it was so worthy.
Anyway, speaking of pornography and whatnot, more from the Mirror. Britney Spears, God, what, she's not done yet. Sparks concern as she poses naked and teasing X-rated movie is coming soon. Why would anybody want to see that? She's old. She's a raisin.
Yeah, I don't want to see
Me?
that crusty crap. Jesus.
Me?
Well, you're a degenerate, so
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to see that. The crusty crab. What the hell?
yeah.
You
Just-
guys are Gen Z, so you can eat my ass.
Thomas, do you want to read this for us?
All right. Britney Spears sparked concern after suggesting an X-rated video will be released this week. Posing and naked on her bed, the Toxic chart topper teased that an NSFW premiere will be taking place soon in a post on Twitter. Worrying her followers, she captioned the saucy snap, I have a premiere for a movie this week. The legislative act of my... I'm not going to say that word because, yeah.
Word for a cat.
Yeah, the cat. Act
Yeah.
of my cat. End
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah. The viewers can see
Anywho.
it right there, so they, they can fill in the
Oh,
blank.
yeah, they can see that.
But good Lord in heaven, why? Like,
She really needs to get her head out of her ass.
yeah. Dude, like, maybe we should follow the footsteps of South Park and sacrifice her for the grain harvest.
Oh my god.
Kill her with all the paparazzi.
Did you just do that?
I did just do that.
And then we'll
Yeah,
try to
that's fucking awesome.
For the harvest,
somehow
man.
find a way.
The harvest.
No, what we'll do then, we'll get all the paparazzi, bunch them up into one room, and then knock some sense into them.
Huh.
Only one of us walks away.
We have some more from
we have
Amir here.
batons.
Vladimir Putin declares martial law in Ukraine, allowing him to force civilians into the army. Oh, great.
No.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced the introduction of martial law in the 4 regions that were annexed from Ukraine. The Russian leader addressed a National Security Council meeting and declared that the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, Zaporizhzhia, and Kherson regions will all be subject to the law. The decree states that the Kremlin has the power to carry out mobilization measures, as well as the, quote, authority to implement measures to meet the needs of the armed forces of the Russian Federation, end quote. One Russian journalist pointed out that Putin's executive order includes wording that would allow these special measures to be instituted anywhere or nationwide in Russia. So here we go.
Can we actually say fuck?
Yeah, we can, because we've been saying it for a couple weeks now, especially with that one submarine, with the tsunami nukes. Nobody knows where it's at. So, and they've been threatening nuclear war because of this, that, and the other. Like they're ready to go. They're ready to go all out. And this is all just from one country, Russia. China's just kind of just sitting back and just waiting, for their turn. This is really, really worrisome. It feels like we're living like in a giant form of Civilization 6 or something. We're just waiting for the next person to make their turn.
I'm really actually scared.
Yeah.
And no matter what you feel about Ukraine or Russia, this is scary.
It is. Because we even haven't started with the whole China and Taiwan thing yet. That is going to be the big one. Like, if nothing else gets us into the next world war, that's probably going to be it. We're already in a...
And guess who's gonna fucking pop in? Us?
Yep. Well, I mean, we have to pop in when it comes to Taiwan because that's where the global research and development of practically every computing component comes from, is Taiwan. And not just for your computers, but for your phones, for your cars, for the computers that control, your power and water, plumbing, infrastructure, hospital, everything. Yeah. Everything that has a computer, everything that relies on any type of this technology, those components are researched and developed in Taiwan. And that is putting all your eggs into one basket if there ever has been a better, analogy. I've never heard one before. So, yeah.
I'm for Ukraine. You're for Russia.
I'm not for either of them, dude. You keep presuming I have a side. I don't. Russia has valid reasons to invade Ukraine, but at the same time, it's an invasion and people are dying. So that's not cool as well. So there's no, there's no, who's in the right, who's in the wrong. There is no that. They're both in the wrong.
Thank God you feel that way.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get into some more lighthearted news here. From UPI, squirrel blamed for power outage affecting nearly 2,000 people in Oregon. Ah! I did what?
Oh, it's a rat. It's a rat.
Yeah.
Kill it with
Squirrel!
fire. Burn
Rhombus,
it.
you want to read this?
Alrighty.
Hold
Yes.
on. Hold on. I gotta yell at my dog. Squirrel!
Alright, Rhombus, go ahead.
Already, October 9th, UPI, a power outage that affected 1,953 customers in Oregon, was blamed on a single culprit, a squirrel. Portland General Electric said 1,953 customers in East Salem lost power at about 10:42 a.m. Tuesday, and the power was restored at 12:07 p.m. PGE said a squirrel was to blame for the outage, but the specifics of the animal's actions were unclear. Dominion Energy said about 10,000 customers in Virginia lost power in September when a squirrel came into contact with substation equipment. Power was restored after about an hour.
So it sounds like it touched something and exploded, and then
Yeah.
caused one of the transmitters or whatever. What are they called?
Oh, the transformers.
Transformers to like pop.
Might have been a transformer.
Yeah,
It's usually how that happens.
yeah. So that's
Have you ever heard a transformer explode?
not up close.
Mm-mm.
So
I don't think I've ever heard one. I've never heard one explode. Because I don't live anywhere.
They make a lot of noise.
oh yeah.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Anyway, our last story of the day, once again from UPI. Former New York cab driver collects on 9-year-old IOU in Ireland. It says here,
Oh,
a
food!
former New York City cab driver visited a bar in Ireland to collect the 2 pints of Guinness he was owed from an IOU given to him by a passenger 9 years earlier. John McDonough was driving his cab at New York at 4 a.m. in 2013 when he picked up Shane Gaffney, a Dublin resident who did not have the cash to cover his ride. Quote, he said he owned a bar in Dublin, and I said, yeah, everybody owns a bar in Dublin, end quotes. McDonough told WNYW-TV, quote, but he says, no, I can get you some free pints of Guinness, end quotes. The man determined the cab ride was worth about 2 pints of Guinness at the 2013 exchange rate between the dollar and the euro, so Gaffney wrote McDowell an IOU promising 2 pints at the Gaffney and Son pub in Dublin. Rama, sir, why don't you close this off here?
Near
McDonough
Dublin.
finally made his way into Ireland 9 years later while touring off the meter. On the record, his one-man play about his nearly 40 years as a cabbie. Gaffney and his parents were at the bar to welcome McDonough. It has been surreal the whole time I've been there. Been here. It's been unbelievable. When I arrived at the bar, there was a massive banner welcoming me, and McDonald told the Irish Independent.
So that's really cool.
Nice.
That is really, really cool, you know? Like,
Was
Yeah, awesome.
that North Ireland or
you know what? Let me look at this. What restaurant was it? Here we go. Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Maps.
so it was
There you go.
more
Gaffney and
Welsh.
Yeah, Dublin, Ireland, which is
It's right
is that
along
like the
the
largest? Yeah, that is the largest city in Ireland, and that is pretty big.
That's like right on the. I was gonna say, yeah, that's like. Oh, it's like right off the coast,
Yeah,
right off the water.
and the pub really is too. Like it's just
Yeah, it's like that.
separated
probably
by a
about a-
large green space. That would, dude, I would
I'll
love
say
to
it's
go
probably
visit
about
this.
300. I'd give it about like 400 yards gap between that and the ocean.
Yeah, I
Or
would love to visit
well, not
this.
the ocean, but like
Oh yeah,
the water.
the bay.
What is that? Isn't that the English Channel? Wait. Oh, no. Actually, wait.
No.
That goes through England.
Yeah, no, Ireland is on the
Yeah,
west side of England.
Well, yeah.
The English Channel is here. It separates England and France. So, anyway, well, that's really cool. You know?
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
And that shall be it for the show. Once again, you can check the underbar, the description down below for any links you may find interesting. All the links to all the articles we just read, as well as everything, Omni Coalition. For your dose of hold on a second, my scripts. For your dose of different, odd, and otherwise unknown news, we stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And 4 p.m. Central, which is Carrera's time. For all of you and all of us, I am Eo Xander.
I am the Slayer.
I'm Carrera.
And you are you. And until you catch us this Friday, or if you're interested into history, tomorrow morning at 10 in the morning Pacific Time, for TDH, the State in History. But whatever the case, next time you see us, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles!
Toodles.